delighted to have this opportunity to say hello to all the Leaving Cert students who are graduating this year across all our secondary schools in Kildare and Loughlin Diocese. Every blessing to you. Your school building has probably a tradition that spans quite a number of years. Maybe it could be as old as seeing the Spanish flu 100 years ago, maybe the First and Second World War, maybe even further back. But a building is just a building. It's you, the young people. The staff who've worked with you are the people who put life into that building. You give the building its character. Your characters have been formed tremendously over the past 2 years of the senior cycle as you've journeyed alongside this pandemic like no other group of young people. I'm immensely proud of each one of you. I remember the letters you wrote to me for confirmation. You'll remember those as well yourselves. And you remember the different encounters we've had at different ceremonies of Mehel, John Paul II, other things over the years. And sadly, the last while has not been easy to engage because of the pandemic and to reach out to you in a special way. But I wanted to do so through this video message this day. You are the group who have taken remote learning to its core. You have been innovative. You have lived through two senior cycles, 5th year and Leaving Cert. And you have a Leaving Cert examination that will be in some ways a little bit different as well. And the most important thing is that you stay well for that exam and look after one another and look after your friends. So be careful about celebrating too quickly. Be careful about mixing and mingling with people outside your pod. Try your best to look after yourself and your friends. You have made huge sacrifices because you love your grands and granddads too much to put them in danger of catching this virus. You will have years to celebrate, but not just this year and not in the usual normal way. People often ask, what will this new normal look like? I wish I knew the answer myself. None of us honestly know. What we do know, what I know, is that you young people are, particularly as a group, as a demographic, have been robbed hugely because of the pandemic in these formative years, these most important years of your development. As you look to the future post the pandemic, it will pass. Maybe reflecting on this 18th century piece of writing might give you some hope of how the love of others and placing the love of others at the centre of how we live and how we need to love one another and look out for one another. Young people are great at looking out for each other. I quote, "But once I pass this way and then no more. So while I may with all my might, I will bring sweet comfort and delight to all I meet upon the pilgrim way. For no one travels twice the great highway that climbs through darkness up to light, through night to day. I shall pass through this world but once. Therefore, any good that I can do, any kind act that I can perform for my fellow creature, let me do it now. Let me not delay or omit it, for I shall not pass this way again." Albert Einstein recognizes very much that education is more than what we learn at a school, even a very good secondary school like your experience over the past 5-6 years. Education, he says, is what remains after one has forgotten what one learns at school. I know how important the corridor ministry with the chaplain perhaps was in your life. I know how important sport has been in your life, out on the field, out on the pitch. I know how important the aspect, the social aspect that school brings is important alongside the learning, the academia. You've probably heard many times before that be the best version of yourself as a young person. Mary Oliver, the poet, reminds us to plan and not waste your one wild and precious life. And that's my prayer and hope for you this day. I'd love to be with all of you at graduation ceremonies. It's not going to be possible because of social distancing, because of restrictions around the pandemic. But be assured, each one of you are in my prayers. The Lord reminds us He is the light of the world, and He is the light that shines through the darkness of whatever you might experience in life. Be assured of His presence and His support. Finally, a line from Jeremiah. I have plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by you, says the Lord. May you all find the Lord as you journey through Leaving Cert and much far beyond. Every blessing in your life.